My dad walks the same path every day, and I never really questioned why. Until recently, I took some time to go with him. He said it was his favorite path because it reminded him of home, of Laos, that if you listened closely to the water and added the sounds of the insects and birds he grew up with, that it almost felt like home. You see, we live in a time where we can watch clips of war through social media, but it's hard to process that that was the reality of our people for so long. To have your home destroyed before you and to flee, living in places no human should be, seeing things no one should see, eating things that could barely sustain you, living in fear for months and years at a time with no certainty of safety. You could only imagine how that changes you. And to make it out of life just to come to another country that still wasn't home. If home is a people, then my dad has not been home and he will never be home to the place he longs for. A world where there isn't me, but memories of the life that has been frozen in time before me. Of versions of people that no longer exist because the war changed everyone and changed life for what they knew of it. And no wonder, for all of my life, my dad has always seemed so distant. He was always here, but it felt as if he wasn't actually here. He was somewhere far, somewhere I could not fathom, and I always thought it was just far in distance, but now I know it has always been far in time. My dad is a whole human filled with the whole life and world before me, one with vivid memories of war ingrained into his body, a soul that yearns for a home, a people that no longer exists, one that you can't return to, one that you can't even see, and it only lives in the memories, the stories of those who've lived it. My father, who although fluent, still struggles to order food in English, could tell you the name of the bombs he heard every night as a child. T-28, T-28, he said. How many more things have I never asked or known about my father of the world that he has been living in and very much trapped in all these years, while I spent most of my time resentful for the world, my world, that he was not present in. And I realize why every year he never misses a single J4 or Hmong New Year, because those are the only glimpse of home he can get. These celebrations are just events we've all gotten used to. But for my dad, they only happen once a year, where he can find the living time capsules of the home he longs for, how much he looks forward to seeing which old faces he will run into, to see who made it out alive of the war he lost connection with, and to see who is still left that carries the memories of the home he wishes to go to. And it hits me that this is my version of the Hmong American experience, the version of the first-gen eldest daughter, one generation away from the war, from all that my father and my generation has known of our experience and our identity, the reason we hold the heartache of our people so tightly, the reason our tears well up in the rise of Hmong excellence. And I am afraid that this will be the last of this version we know of our Hmongness, the version between the old and the new, the version holding ceremonial rites, events, conversations, and even the teachings of our elders purely in our mother tongue, the version that still holds stories of Laos, of the war, of the early days in America. Will we be the last to know and hold this version so dearly? And what will my children know to be the Hmong American experience? Will they know the heartache we carry, the hospitality being in one another's cities? Will they know all the blood, sweat, and tears it took to get here? I truly don't know. But I do know, in our veins run the blood of resilience, and even among those who have countries, I have yet to see a people who fights as hard as we do, to not forget our identity. This month may mark the 50 years of us being in America, 50 years of our evolution, and although I cannot wait to see the next 50 years of our excellence, I hope that we would never forget the 50 years of stories that brought us here.